Oh, good evening, everybody. Happy Whiskey Wednesday. Happy one indeed. Oh, good evening, Richard. Good evening. It's a fine looking Wisconsin old fashioned here. Another one. Good evening. We've got Silver Fear here. We've got Bethany here. Good evening, everybody. We've even got Ziggy. Ziggy, it's late for you. It's got to be what, midnight? Is it good morning, Ziggy? I don't know. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, Aaron. Hey, Libby. Everybody's tuning in tonight from Facebook, from YouTube. You can see us wherever it might be. How is everybody doing tonight? Happy Whiskey Wednesday. I'm Dave, owner of Paverson Games, and designer of Distilled, designer of Distilled, co-designer of Distilled Cocktails with my main man and good friend Richard, who also said good evening. I'm going to say it again here with Richard, co-designer with Richard Woods of Distilled Cocktails, who's also the developer for all of our games at Paverson Games. Lots of awesome people coming in here. Oh, Michael's here. First time on a live stream. Hey, Michael, welcome. Thanks for joining us tonight. For those of you having a drink, maybe it's a Whiskey Wednesday for you too, having a little cocktail maybe, or a soda or a lemonade maybe, if it's hot out where you are, whatever you might be having. Hope you're relaxing and can join me tonight. I'm glad everyone's tuning in tonight on this one last night, the final night of our campaign. Nice celebratory night. Really happy to be here with all of you joining us, even if it's milk. That's a great night, little nightcap. That'll make you sleep well, right? So cheers to all of you. So many, I can't even keep up with all of you doing this. Some right before midnight, right over in Great Britain as well. So thanks to everybody for coming in. So I'm not going to keep you too long, right? Because some of you, it is pretty late. It's not going to be too late here, unless, of course, you have questions. I'm going to stay as long as you have questions for me. This is the last night of the campaign, so some of you might have some that you have burning questions about the campaign. Maybe you're still on the fence. Happy to answer those. But I'm also excited to share with you a couple things. One that is a quick little thing that is fun to just show that we came up with at the kind of last second, but then also the thing I think most of you are here to join in is to find out which prestigious upgrades made it through to the final round. So I'm going to show you those as well as just a list, but still it'll be fun to then send out that so you can all vote too. But first, before we do that, I just want to kind of sit back and kind of celebrate how far we've come over the last just over 2 weeks, right? We launched it on Tuesday 2 weeks ago. So basically 2 weeks and a day ago, right? And it's pretty crazy to think that this game that we launched about, now 4 years ago, is now in its third printing and all around the world, multiple languages. So excited. And now it's got this amazing new campaign. So many of you have come out to support it. People are asking, how do I feel about the campaign has gone? Did I have an expectation? This campaign has exceeded my expectations. This is unbelievable. I did not expect it to do so well as it did. This is great, crazy, and it's largely in part thanks to all of you out there. I'm just giddy with excitement. And I'm so excited to just get this game to all of you as well, as fast as we can, finally, can. So really, really excited about that. And if we think back, in fact, I've got it here. If we think back to, let's see if I can pull this up. Think back to good old fashioned Distilled. So this was, you can even see it. Let's see. Does it say? No. Well, you can see it here. Let's see. Does it save the dates here? Oh, well, here we go. Think back to July of 2021, right? Still, you got to remember, this was 2021. I really thought that I was going to raise, I don't know, 35, 65, maybe $100,000, really, truly. And came out of this at $549,000. It was just like, this is what changed my life. This is what caused me to kind of create Paverson Games as a real thing to move forward, beyond just, wow, cool. We're making this game and see what happens next. But we're making this game, and clearly there's going to be something that happens next. And so it was just an amazing, amazing moment when we created this game. You can see some of the things here that definitely don't exist in the game anymore, like these I spray painted. These were just wooden barrels I spray painted for the prototype. A lot of it made it, right? But a lot of it ended up morphing and changing over time. But still, so much of it was because of all of you bringing this game to life and making it what it is today. And so, yeah, there's the final box design. I ripped this off online and I kind of morphed it. But so much of it changed and transformed. And then we see today the expansion is now, we've got 15 hours to go, and we've already passed that. It's just crazy to think with an expansion now is already past that. I didn't go the traditional route. So many publishers say, well, you gotta capitalize on that. You did well with that. And so many came to me right after and said, okay, Dave, now you just need to come out with like a little something, like some sort of expansion right afterwards, and say, okay, here's an expansion. It's a year later. Take it to Kickstarter and just do it because you'll make a lot of money. And I was like, no, we're not doing that. We're going to do this slow. We're going to first, we're going to make an expansion that you normally would take Kickstarter. And we're just going to do it as a pre-order on our website, which is what we did. We did Cast Strength. Richard designed it, and we put it as a pre-order on our website, which people were able to just get right away and deliver. No bones about it. Not like mask it in a reprint campaign. That's not what we're about at Paverson Games. So many people do that, and I'm sorry, but that's not what we do here. We are all about making something authentic and real, and we do this for the right reasons. And we're gonna come to a crowdfunding campaign when we have something that is so big that it demands a crowdfunding campaign, and that's what Cocktails is. Cocktails is bigger than a typical game. Cocktails is a 400. Well, actually, it's now actually going to probably be closer to 500 pieces, folks. It will probably crush 500 pieces. Cocktails is just close to, if not 500 pieces in the game itself. And it's a sizable box. And that's the expansion. That's what a Kickstarter is about. Not about a reprint of something, but about an entire full game itself. So again, thank you all for your support, and for you coming out and pledging. It's really, really exciting to see this. And again, we still got some time, which is pretty crazy too. Who knows? Will we make it to 600, which would be crazy? That would be nuts. Maybe it'll get to 600 overnight. Who knows? At that last second, it ends at 9:00. So it could, who knows? But it doesn't matter. At this point, it's still so exciting where we've gotten. And it's just crazy. It's just so phenomenal that we've gotten this far. And thanks to all of you for all of your support and help throughout all of this. So awesome. So awesome. So, whoops. No, I didn't spill. I thought I did. So thank you. So next, let's see here. So again, thank you for all that. One thing I wanted to show you. So we were talking and I want to call out Richard here really quick. Again, Richard is just an amazing dude, amazing human being. And you've heard the story before, met him online during COVID, before Cocktails, or before Distilled came to Kickstarter. And he's helped in the development, integral in all of our games, and of course co-designing Distilled Cocktails with me. And if you haven't seen the interviews, that's a great way to get to know Richard. Great way to get to know just Cocktails as well. You can find those on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. So if you're watching here, you can watch those later. You can find them on BGG as well. It's a great way. Libby did this awesome job of doing these interviews with us, so you can get to know both of us a little bit better there. Anyway, we've got some great upgrades. We've got great items. We've got some great ingredients as well for Cocktails. But we realized we needed just a little bit more ingredients as well. And so Richard and I were kind of throwing some ideas back and forth. And just at the last minute, and this is kind of how we work, at the last minute, Richard came up with a new idea for an ingredient the other day. And we decided, let's just toss it into the game. Let's do this. So I'm excited to, this is you might have seen this little secret little thing we just wanted to show you. We're just going to add some more cards to the game, folks. That's just how we roll here, is that we do this type of thing, that when we feel like the game needs a little bit more, we don't need to unlock it. We don't need to do that type of stuff. We're just going to give it to you. So here's, I think, maybe components number 595 and 596. I don't know. I'm not sure what it is, but I think it's actually over that because I think I've actually added more mixers than we need. Anyway. Oh, yeah. And then there's those 5 cards. Actually, no, we were at 594. And then Richard and I realized we need 5 other cards to track something. So that went to 599. So these are components 600 and 600 and, or sorry, went to 499. These are components 500 and 501, folks. These are the 2 components that get us over the 500 mark. So we can now proudly say the distilled cocktails expansion has 501 components in it. All right, here we go. So here it's really simple. I don't want to build this up too much. So what this is just a shot from TTS. So what this is a new card. I will take the credit for theming this. Thank you very much. Richard might have come up with the card, but I will take the credit for theming. I hope that's okay, Richard. And I'll take this. So Richard had this idea that we need another card in the ingredient row that essentially is not a card you can distill. It's a card you buy. And I immediately said, oh, it's got to be a coupon or something like that, or certificate or something. So basically, you can buy it from the premium market. And for those that play distilled, know that when you at the end of the market phase, if you want, you don't have to, you can trade one card, and you can trade it in. Doesn't matter, well, not all cards, most cards you can trade in, and you can actually get a card from the basic market for its value. Now that can be very helpful because maybe you needed a water or whatever. Maybe you needed a grain or even a fruit if you want to trade something a little bit more higher value, and that can be very helpful when you distill, especially in cocktails when you have 2 washbacks. Well, Richard had this great idea that maybe why don't we have an actual card that you can do this where you can buy it, but you actually get 2 ingredients. So it's actually going to be like a 2-for-1. And so instead of getting 1, you can combine it to get a combined cost of 3. So basically now I could get something like a plant and a fruit, or 2 plants, or obviously 2 grains. That's easy. That's free, but still that could be very, very helpful for someone that's trying to get, really get something that would really help with their double washback strategy. So really nice addition to the game. A couple more cards in the game as well. A nice fun thing to show you kind of we're always thinking about how we can improve it, always testing. This is available live right now in the TTS mod. So if you've been playing at all in the public TTS mod, I just pushed this yesterday. So it is live right now if you wanted to play. So again, keep that in mind as well. Let's see. G Money asks, are you providing a comprehensive rule book, or are you thinking the game is still incomplete and we'll just have to keep on enjoying and anticipating what's next? Good question. If you mean for cocktails, I guess what you mean maybe G Money is like one giant rule book. We probably won't do that. We definitely won't do that when we come out with cocktails. The rule book will be one cocktails rule book. In there will be obviously all the rules for cocktails. There'll be also cocktail recipes, custom crafted cocktail recipes by Blake, Dr. Inkwell himself, specifically for it, as well as features on all 30 cocktail drinks, so we understand what those are a little bit more, so like a nice bio on them. But I like your idea about kind of one comprehensive guide. I've seen that happen before. Perhaps maybe down the road, if we feel like it's something that fans would appreciate, enjoy, maybe there's something to that. It wouldn't be part of this. I don't think it would be part of this this run or this expansion. But it could be something that we look at. I like that suggestion, that idea. Maybe it would be something that we could also kind of work with Eric on as far as an art book, or not an art book, but something that really integrates kind of the art as well. But I really like that idea. That's pretty cool. Great idea. Yeah, good point. Yeah, good point. Richard and Libby pointed this out too. I failed to mention, for those that aren't familiar, I keep thinking, oh, of course, everybody knows the forklift. So this forklift icon is key to all new cards in cocktails. So if you're seeing this red card, I should have mentioned that too. I'm sorry. Every single new card in cocktails in the premium market, it's an upgrade or if it's an ingredient or an item, has this forklift icon. Anytime that forklift icon is discarded, or so that card is discarded into the truck, that means you're actually going to bring another card into the truck as well. So it's moving that deck along. So it's helping us move these decks along, because obviously you're stacking those cards. If you've got Africa and the Middle East in there, right? If you got some of the promo packs in there, you've got a lot of cards in there. So it helps you move that along as well. So yeah, thanks for pulling that out as well. And yeah, Chris, you're right. Is that, yeah, if you, maybe you added that up, that'd be awesome. Is that true? Good Lord. It is a lot. But yeah, that's pretty nuts. And yes. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's good to know. I mean, some cool thing like that, because we are all about those kind of premium upgraded types of experiences. So maybe there is something to that, G Money. I'll have to think about that as kind of future considerations. That's a pretty cool idea. Something that could almost sit out on your coffee table or on your, cocktail shelf as well. So pretty cool as well. I see someone that might be campaigning for certain things as well. Yes, you must be someone, Platy Panda, that must have pushed forward the antique spirit scale, perhaps as well. So yeah, lots of good comments there. This is, of course, one of the things connected to the prestigious distiller upgrades, which we're going to get to in just a second. Some other questions as well. Oh, we've got a question about Luthier quickly. Yeah, I'm happy to answer this. Ideas and plans for the first Luthier expansion. We've got some stuff brewing. Nothing to say yet, but one thing I will say with Luthier is it's such a big game, and it takes up so much table space that it is something that we really would want to really be aware of the fact that if we did come up with something for Luthier, whether it's the fact that we need another table to come with it or something else, we need to be very careful about that. But yes, for sure, we need to be considerate. I like what Richard said. Yes, maybe Eric's graphic novel. We'd have Eric write stories and illustrate stories about each of the distillers. Now we're talking. Eric, what do you think? I don't know if Eric's watching, but if he is, that could be pretty good, Eric. Oh, that's a hey man, maybe if we do. And yeah, Matt's now saying yes, double-decker table. I keep saying like that's maybe what we have to do. If we have a expansion for anything else for either of these games ever again, we're going to have to also get into the board game table business as well at this point. But yeah, buy a new house as well. So anyway, so again, new card. So excited about that. Just another little extra thing that we're excited about adding. And hopefully most of you saw the announcement, and I don't have any image for it, but I hope you all saw the announcement as well, that we are going to have a full offering of every single sleeves for every single card in Distilled. They're just going to be nice, clear matte sleeves that you can have. Good quality matte sleeves that we're going to have a full pack. So that's for someone that hasn't sleeve distilled at all, or if you have and you don't mind kind of setting those aside and starting over fresh, we will have those in the Pledge Manager. So if you're someone that wants to have the whole game sleeved, we will have that available in the Pledge Manager as well. So kind of keep that in mind too, that's going to be available. And let's see, Semper Ludens asked, nice name, Semper Ludens. I like that. Always gaming. I love that. Will the neoprene metal coins for the base game be available through the Pledge Manager? Yes, they will all be available through the Pledge Manager. everything will be available through the pledge manager. So know that you can kind of mix and match how you want. They are also available on the website. So if you want something now, you could get it. So know that too. If you want it like right now, you could go to the website and get it right now. But do keep that in mind, that they are available on the website. But they will also be available in the pledge manager. And in certain cases, we will try and kind of get stuff we have in stock to you earlier. Obviously, we can't do stuff with cocktails earlier because it's not made yet, but do keep that in mind. And here it is, people. There, Richard, you saw it first. Graphic novels about the distillers. I mean, we can talk. Eric is going to message me for the right price. I'm probably getting a message right now. So it's going to be, we're going to have a Kickstarter. We're going to have to do a Kickstarter just to raise the funds to convince Eric to do the graphic novels for the distillers of it. So yeah, there he follows up with it. Yeah, that's right. I mean, Aaron Y is right. It is in writing. I mean, it is forever emblazoned here. So we've got lots of awesome comments here. G Money, he thought given the house rule from the 2-player playthrough about matching the right spirit with its cocktail, for extra points or money. Yeah, I mean, if you want to do that, you totally can. That gets pretty tricky, right? But you can totally have fun. That's the beauty of house rules, right? You can create your own. And I wish people posted more about house rules on BGG. We have I think we have a house. Don't we have a house rules section in Discord? I think we do, folks. Can one of my Discordians, Paverson Discord people, confirm or not if we have I think we have a house rules section in our Discord. Maybe not, but I think we do. We do. Thanks, Aaron Y. I thought we did. So I feel like that's a great idea, G Money, and another one to share out there. Home brews. That's right, home brews. So it's kind of like that. So definitely something to do there. So yes, so good stuff there. Last question before I move on to some of the other stuff, and keep asking questions, please. But I'm going to move on to some of the other stuff. Silver asks, any plans to partner with that person that made all the all-encompassing mats for distilled? Good question. So for those that don't know, one of our awesome fans reached out to me and asked if it would be okay if they borrowed, used, incorporated some of Eric's awesome artwork to be able to make basically a fan-made playmat that went bigger than obviously just the premium market playmat. I talked with Eric on it because I wanted to make sure he was okay with it as well. And we said, sure, as long as you're not, putting this up online and selling it for tons of money, but instead saying, hey, if anyone wants to use this and just, print it on their own, pay to print it on their own, we're totally cool with that stuff. So he basically kind of designed this really cool collage of having everything. It's got some theme to it as well. Really cool stuff. You can get it on BGG. I don't know if we will or not yet as far as an official partnership. Maybe sometime down the road. We still like the idea of having things modular for everyone's table on distilled, especially with cocktails. It gets even bigger and trickier. It's a bigger puzzle, or it's a bigger it's a bigger space, which means it's a trickier puzzle because people's tables are unique. So we'll see if we can make it work. Awesome. I mean, obviously with Luthier's playmat, I'm not shy of something big and awesome, but we also want to respect the fact that everyone's got something a little different. And I just worry that if we were to say, here's the giant big cocktails all-encompassing playmat, a bunch of people would be like, well, wait a minute, that's not going to work for my table. Mine's this size, or this wouldn't work. So right now we're not doing that. And we want to see if fans want to try and make something a little bit different. So we'll see. Yeah, nice try. I'm 5 steps ahead of you, Silverfear. Nice try. But we'll see. At the end of the day, I really am all about supporting our community and our fans. And if they see if the fans can fulfill that need themselves, then awesome. But if it's something that we see that we can step in and help out with, and it takes us to do it, then maybe that's how we do it. So we'll see. But for right now, we'll just kind of see things play out and go from there. So yeah. And Eric, I'm going to put this one up in case you didn't see it because you're on Facebook. I've seen a lot of this. A lot of people saying Tom Cruise. So we just want to be Semperludens. We want to be careful not to get sued. But it's a very good point. Especially Tom Cruise. You don't want to get that guy angry. But I put it here so Eric can see it, just in case. Plants the seed in Eric's mind because he's good about that stuff. So, all right, okay. So let's go back. Digressing. Let's go back to talking about those prestigious upgrades. All right. Oh, and well, here, Eric was just talking about Tom Cruise, so who knows? Yeah, so you hit it right, Semper. So we'll see. So for those that might not know what the heck is going on, most of you probably do, but we decided this time around, we always like to do some fan involvement. Distilled base game, you got to vote on flavors, and we had some crazy flavors added, right? For Luthier, you got to vote on instruments. We had some interesting instruments, pretty good ones overall. We had you got to vote on patrons as well, so some cool stuff for our promo pack with Luthier. And for this, we wanted something too because we're all about community. So we wanted to make sure that this was something you could vote on too. And so we were really excited that Eric was open to illustrating some nice fully illustrated upgrades here. And so we said we had this cool thing that actually was in my original. I should have had an image here. I didn't think about this, but in my original very first prototype back in 2019 in Dalkeith, Scotland, when I came up with the idea for Distilled, I had distilled upgrades, and I had prestigious upgrades. And the prestigious distillery upgrades, you just bought for pure points. You just paid, and it was points. And it was always there. I mean, it's a simple, it's nothing. It's not even, I mean, it's game design, but barely. It's like you're paying for points, you get them, that's it, right? But it's always been something fun. Like it's something that in the world of business and tourism, right? If you spend enough money on something, the people will come, whether it's Field of Dreams or a silly sculpture like two kelpies that are made out of big silver, right? Tourists will come out. Sorry, that's up in Scotland. Tourists will come out and they will take pictures of themselves with it, and it will become an attraction. So we decided that this would be a fun addition for Distilled as part of the promo pack. So 15 cards will be year one, which was something that was originally conceived by David Cunningham, also known as Omelette. You can catch the 2-player live stream recorded live stream of Terrence, Neo Tingwei, and David Cunningham dueling each other. You can catch that in the YouTube playlists. It was last Saturday, and see who won. We show off year one. You're going to all get that as part of your promo pack. It's an optional thing you can play with Distilled to basically skip round one of the game, and it sets you up in round two as if you played year one. Richard took that and kind of modified it based on how David originally designed it. So it really works out to be a fun, elegant solution. So we've got that. And then we've got these 5 cards. These 5 cards right now vary in terms of points and cost, with the first one costing the lowest amount but worth the most points. The last one costing the most amount, worth the least amount of points. They're stacked in a stack. The first person to buy one is going to get the best deal. The last person to buy one is going to get the worst deal, whatever. And that's how it works. It's not as part of the market. It's off to the side. It's a fun little variant. It's like a fun, isn't this cool? It's like the triangle in Luthier, right? It's like sports bag in wet dog or sports bag in Distilled. It's things that you can laugh at or have fun at, right? Or have fun with. So we did this with prestigious upgrades where we let you all nominate ideas. We had, Libby, how many did we have nominated? I think we had 60, 80, somewhere between 60 and 80 different kinds. Some of them were the same ideas that you all put out. And then we put them all up for vote, right? And you had not a week, but I don't know, 5 days or so to vote for them. You had a chance to vote for a bunch of different ones that you liked. And we collected all those. And it was very obvious who the clear top 15 were. I'll say that there was 10 that were clearly ahead. And then there was 5 that were pretty far ahead. And then the rest were like in the dust. I'll just say that. Okay. Yeah. Nearly 800 backers. Okay, good. So Libby says over 60 different suggestions. Thank you, Libby. And over nearly 800 backers voted. So awesome. So a lot of people voted. And so we had that. Out of those, like I said, 10 of them were just clear front runners. I mean, they were just, we saw the bar graph and it was like, boom, they were way out. Of those, and then there was 5 more that were pretty far ahead. And then the rest were pretty far back. It was actually pretty crazy. And here's one more fact. Over 10,000 votes. Oh yeah, this is what we wrote in the update today. Over 10,000 votes total with up to 15 per backer. So each of you had, as you remember, had 15 choices you could do, up to 15 check marks across all those. You didn't have to, but you could. I'm not going to show the graph. Okay. You know why? Because if I showed the graph, then you might be, what's the word? Influenced as to, I'm not going to tell you a thing about which one's got the best. Okay. You're just going to see the top 15 and that's it. Nice try, Mrs. McGann. Nice try. That's right. That's right, Richard. See, Richard knows. Mrs. McGann, by the way, is one of our awesome Pavers and Games folks. She is our crew leader for coming up at Essen. So you will get to, if you're going to Essen, you will get to know Mrs. McGann very well. That's Emily McGann. Very excited to have her leading the team this year at Essen. So if you're working at Essen, you'll get to know her well, or you'll see her as well. So anyway, that's true. I could have done that, Aaron White. I didn't have the time to do that. But we're going to show the graphs when we announce the winners down the road. So don't worry. It's going to happen. Anyway, so enough of that. So you voted. We narrowed it down to 15. So here are the 15, maybe. Yes. So the final 15 are, and right after this, I'm going to release the voting for you to all get to choose. Yeah. So the final 15 that you get to vote, remember what you're going to get to do is you're going to get to vote one more time for your top 5. So you get to choose from that. Okay. Oh, here we go. Libby does say that the highest had over 450 votes. Sorry, I couldn't help but put this one up. It's true. Well, there's a reason she's the crew leader. She's pretty killer. She's amazing. All right. So yes, the highest had over 450 votes. All right. So these are in alphabetical order, nothing else. All right. So the first one is Board Game Cafe Library. That was one that got high votes. The next is Castle. Oh, and here, let me put this out. So what was your favorite prestigious distillery upgrade and why? Post it in the comments. Let me know. Why was yours up there? Did you have one that was up here? And remember, these are not the 5 Eric are going to draw, but Eric could start sketching these out because it's going to be 5 out of these 15 that are going to be chosen, Eric. So keep that in mind. All right, so let's see here. So Castle. So again, keep in mind, alphabetical order. So keep that in mind. Display case of rare spirits. Now let me back up real quick. Castle means not like your distillery is made out of a castle. I mean, I guess it could be, but oftentimes Castle and Key is a good example. They built it to look partly like a castle. Oftentimes it might have a turret, right, as a feature. Board Game Cafe Library is an obvious one. We know what that means because we're all gamers. But Castle is one. Display case of rare spirits. Oftentimes distilleries will have a case that shows some of their most rare spirits. So it might be some of the oldest ones that are signed by people. Like for instance, Lefroy Distillery, now King Charles, that is his favorite distillery. So they'd have a case that shows off bottles signed by him, things like that. Yeah. Chris is right. Glen Turret is one as an example of that. Yeah. So if yours is, I'm sorry if yours is falls under the list. There might not be one that has it. Um, the next one, so display case of rare spirits. The next is distillery cat. So distillery cat is very common to find at distilleries, and this is not like a pet. This is a workhorse, people. This is like something that goes and is a mouser in all the warehouses. So it's actually quite famous and well known to have distilleries have their cats. Um, let's see here. So there's distillery cat, and of course, then you got to have a distillery dog as well. Now, distillery dog, this is a pet. This is just sits over in the corner, does absolutely nothing like dogs do. Just kidding. So it's kind of cool. I think it's actually pretty cool that both distillery cat and distillery dog got in there. No, I'm not showing bias at all. I should have had all three of my cats in here when I was doing this. So distillery cat and dog, I think it's actually pretty awesome to see that both of them got in here. It's a testament to our backers that they all voted in. So I'll be really excited to see how this works out in the end. See if they make it through to the top 5. Or if they don't make it through the top 5, maybe neither do because the ghost makes it through instead. So the distillery ghost also made it through, which is probably a real thing. I don't actually know. Post in the chat if you know of a distillery of a distillery that is haunted. I'm sure there is, but I don't know. And I know Eric's all over this one. Eric's probably going to like stuff the ballot box for this one because I'm guessing he's getting excited about the idea of drawing a distillery ghost. But anyway, distillery ghost is one. I don't know. Yeah, I thought so. I knew he would be excited about that one. Richard and I know Eric well enough. So who knows if there is. I'd be very curious to know if there is a haunted distillery. If there is, post it in the chat. I'm sure there's a ton of them, but I don't know of them. Distillery restaurant. So that's a pretty common thing, but it's actually a very neat thing. They usually pair the spirits, pair the cocktails with the food. Obviously in the States, but also over in England, over in Scotland, it's oftentimes whiskeys and meats, whiskeys and breads. So there's lots of good ones there. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, good point. Yeah, in that case, there's definitely a distillery a ghost there. So that's a good point. Yeah, good point. Yeah, most of Scotland's probably haunted, so there's probably all of them are haunted. So yeah, distillery restaurant's a pretty obvious one. Distillery tour is another probably pretty obvious one. We of course have our tour guide already, Ian, the tour guide. That you might recognize from one of the specialist upgrades. So it might be kind of fun to finally have him be actually giving a tour in the game, since that doesn't happen right now. It looks like Aaron Y maybe is listing some. Maybe is this one of the ones that has Aaron Y? You probably did a nice quick search of haunted distilleries, and I haven't. Oh, Buffalo Trace. I've been to Trace. I don't remember them talking about it, but that's a big distillery, so I'm not surprised. Poncho asks, effects of the upgrades. No, actually, Poncho, there's no effects. That's the fun thing about these. There's no effects at all. They're just pure fun. They're, in fact, actually, we haven't talked about this. Richard, I think we could probably, and Eric, I think we could probably expand the art on this. We don't really need all that space. So we could have these beautiful big art pieces for Eric to have a lot more canvas space, I think. We're breaking the anatomy of the card, but I think we could afford to do that on this. So we should talk about that because we really only need the cost and the VP. So I say we go full art on that. I'll talk, and Eric will probably love that too. So we should talk about that. But yeah, so Poncho, there's no actual effect. So the only thing we need is something that says you can't buy this, or you can't. Didn't we say something, Richard? Something that says you can't use it or something. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Distillery tours. What's next? patio and fire pit. Kind of fun. So just, people lounging outside, around the fire, drinking a whiskey or a gin or whatever that distillery might be. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think about that either. And that would be a fun way for Eric to really, I mean, we all love Eric's artwork so much, and it might be a great way to open up and have these distinct, like Richard's saying, that they're clearly not the same thing, and allow Eric to really show that off as well. And good question. Can you buy more than one card? Yeah, Richard and I were talking about the fact that technically there's no reason you couldn't. We haven't like officially written the rules yet, and we're going to start playtesting these. Not that it's that hard to playtest these. We think that you probably could, but we got to decide if there's a reason why it would matter or not. Because technically right now we're thinking it would be per player, but that'll be something that we'll kind of officially decide. It could literally go either way. If you think about it, if you're buying them up, you're spending a lot of money, and the more you spend, the less they're going to be worth. And that means you're really have no engine because they're just taking up space for points. But it's something that we definitely could do. But you're right. It could be pretty cool. All of a sudden people would just want to do it because it's going to look pretty. So who knows? We'll see. Richard and I have talked about both ways. So we'll have to figure out if it really matters. If it doesn't matter, then we'll just say probably, yes, you can. But we've also talked about, like, right now we're doing 5 because that would be the max player count. But yeah, we'll see. We'll hopefully let people start to play test these a little bit more and see what happens. All right. So what's next here? Let's see here. Speakeasy was one that I thought was fun. That obviously is connected to the history of distilleries and will be a fun one to do. So that could be a pretty cool idea as well. So that idea of kind of looking back to the history of distilled as well. So yeah, who knows, maybe. And, interesting idea of blending them together, big panorama, could be, that would of course encourage people to do it. And Richard says he did do a solo game, where he did buy multiple ones, and fun to do that. So maybe we do try that out, and it would give that flexibility. There's nothing breaking the game about it. And if someone is going hard money, right? Yeah. And that's usually someone that maybe is doing a lot of non-aged spirits. Maybe that's something to their benefit. And so we might want to try that. Let's see. Stage for live music. That was one we saw a lot of people putting in the comments, right? Suggesting this one. So I wasn't surprised when I saw this one come through, just because I saw so many people commenting something like performance venue, live music, lots of different kind of variations on that. So that wasn't a surprise there at all. And that's kind of fun. Yeah, Ryan, yes, it does. So that's the trick, is that it will take up an upgrade spot. So you've got to decide, do you want to use that? And that's one of those kind of fun things. If you buy it early, then, it's sitting there and it's not doing anything but giving you points at the end of the game, which can be good, but, or do you wait? And that's kind of the fun little element about it. The decision space you've got to make as a player. Do you buy it early, to get the best one, the cheapest option to get the most points, but it takes up space in your distillery upgrade spots, which means obviously your engine is kind of curbed a little bit because you don't have a spot to build something there? Or do you wait till late in the game to just toss it in there at the end because you have an open spot, you got money to burn? Great, but probably the ROI is a little lower, right? So yeah, and I'm with you, Emily, Mrs. McGann. So that idea of, I'm all about that, the theme and the points, like that idea of, or not points, but the theme, that idea of like, I just want my distillery to be haunted. That's all I want. Isn't a Dog Ghost? I immediately saw Ghost Dog. Wasn't that like a movie starring like Ice-T or Cube or something like that? So again, this will be, I think it'll be a fun thing to just have. And again, a variant. It's just a fun little thing you can play or not, just like year one. So fun option for people to add on to play. So what's next here? Secret door. So secret door could be a lot of different things. I think someone commented, was it in LA? Maybe they had a distillery they referenced in LA that had a secret door. I feel like a secret door could be like a speakeasy, but it doesn't have to be. A secret door could be something else. A secret door could be a door that actually doesn't go anywhere. It just looks like it does. I open to interpretation, right? It could be lots of different things as far as what a secret door is. Maybe put something in the chat as far as what you think a secret door could be. Okay. So Box Meeple says it was in Vegas. So maybe that one was something special. Maybe it did have to do with a speakeasy, perhaps. I like what Poncho says about live music. Oh, cool. Nice. Oh yeah, that idea too. Like singing to the music, right? Playing music for the aging barrels. That's kind of cool as well. That's pretty sweet. Oh yeah, secret door that looks like a painting within the speakeasy. Ooh, that's cool too. Yeah, that idea of it looks like a painting, but it truly is a secret door. I can see Eric having a nice touch there where it looks like it's slightly opening, or has a foot going in, like someone where the ghost lives. All of these come back to the ghost. Knowing Eric, that might actually end up happening. All of a sudden, all of these are wrapped around the ghost. So how many do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 is a tasting room. So as you might know, if you craft an aged spirit and put it in your warehouse in distilled, and you don't sell something, then you can hold a tasting. Well, now we have a tasting room. You can actually hold a tasting before, like where you hold it, and now you can hold a tasting in a tasting room, which is pretty cool as well. It looks like Richard sent me something. Just sent you a photo. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll try and see if, did you send it in Discord? I bet you did. See if I need to pull up Discord. Let's see if I can do that. It's probably going to pull it up over screen here. Whoops. We'll see if I can pull this up, and Richard's going to send me something. Oh yeah, nice. Okay, let's see if this works. Richard just sent me this. Whoops, where'd you all go? But you can see that, right? I think you can. Yeah. So he just sent, Richard just sent the photo of the distillery with 3 prestigious upgrades from February 2021. Oh, hey, look at that. So this is, I guess this is back. Oh, nice. So this is back when we were play testing way back. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Richard. This is way back, February 2021. So before the Kickstarter. So remember what I said back in 2019, I had it. And I guess we kept it for a while. I didn't remember we kept it so long, Richard. And we're play testing solo. So you can see here's the solo game on the right. Original, and it was designed by David Digby. This is back when our spirit labels were mini cards, okay? Because we didn't know we could afford to have, or we couldn't afford to have tokens, right? At that time, we said you'd put your distiller's goals there. We said you'd put your labels up here, okay? And you see how the labels look. Royal Officer's Whiskey, that was the signature. So the signature had its own card, right? Just instead of that. You can see kind of, this is where we talked about the warehouse. A lot of it's the same. The recipes, we had no recipe clipboard. Instead, you had to buy a recipe card and you put it down below. So you, of course, kind of started with the moonshine vodka, but then he had bought Baijiu, right? So here's Richard had the Baijiu card. He had bought the recipe to unlock Baijiu. But then he had the cupola ventilator. Oh, and this one we had 4. Yeah, we had 4 upgrade slots. And so here he has the cupola ventilator and then 3 prestigious upgrades. And you can see this one cost 10 coin, and it was going to give him, let's see, it says 4 VP at the end of the game, but then it says 6 here, or maybe it does say 6. I don't know. 8 VP, and then this one 15, 11 VP at the end of the game. So he bought the distillery, museum, tasting room, and gift shop. So not bad, pretty close, right? So you can see kind of how that works there. Again, kind of interesting. We had the washback on the left. So nice peek into kind of early distilled and how we did that. So yeah, the player boards were big. You're right, they were big. A nice little peek, people, into how that all worked as well. Cool. Thanks for showing that. So we had the tasting room as well. So again, that's another one. And then is that last but not least? I think we have two more. VIP lounge is another one. So you go with your friends. Maybe you got a lot of money to burn, right? And you're thinking about getting that really fancy bottle. You want to get your own space. It's maybe a booth that you want to reserve, or a lounge, or maybe it's a members only space, but something that you get to have. That you and your friends, or you and your whoever it is, maybe it's a, what do you call it, hen party, or a, what they, stag do, right? You call it over in the UK, or maybe a bachelor or bachelorette party over in the US. It's something, a VIP only space that you have, right? So again, VIP lounge is cool. And then last but not least, one more, I think, and yes, it probably is behind the secret door, probably. Final one, final of the 15, and then you're going to get to go vote on what you think is the top 5. It's the Whiskey Waterfall Boozy River, people. Relive your Charlie and the Chocolate Factory Willy Wonka dreams. Instead of chocolate, it's whiskey. Float down that boozy river. It's the Whiskey Waterfall. That was the last on the list there in terms of alphabetical order. Again, I want to emphasize these are all alphabetical order. These are not in any order beyond that. I know. Sorry, Silverfear, your world's largest bung. I was actually kind of hoping for that one too. I was seeing like a family standing next to it posing, but it didn't make it. I want to be very, very clear. I hope you're all proud of me. Well, not. I don't. That's weird of me to say, but I will say. It was hard sometimes. There was a few of them that I would have wanted to put through, but I hope Libby can attest to this. I never once waffled or wavered. We followed it to a T. There was a few that I would have liked to have pushed through that did not make the votes. That didn't make it, but that's okay. There's a couple here that if they didn't make it, I would have really had trouble. I probably would. Thanks, Richard. There's probably a couple here that didn't make it. I would have had trouble. I've probably been like, screw it. I'm the publisher and I'm just going to do it. Not part of these. I'm just going to do it myself. But I didn't have to, luckily. But anyway, it didn't matter. So these are the top 15. Like I said, about 10 of these blew it out of the water. 5 more were easily a close second. And then the rest were pretty far behind. It would have been, as a good example, if we had included any more beyond this 15, I bet you we would have had to include like 10 to 15 to 20 more because it was so close. All the rest were very close, but these were clearly the top. So that was awesome. So good work, everybody. And so now it is time for you to go forth and vote. So now what I need to do is, you can all watch me do this. Oh, sorry. This is me planning for school tomorrow. So again, oops, sorry. This is so this is what I do. It's like whiplash. One day I do papers and games, and the next day I teach for 9 hours straight. So tomorrow is my 9 hours straight teaching. I haven't even started prepping for class tomorrow. I hope none of my students are watching. You better not be watching in my students because I start prepping tomorrow. So, or start prepping tonight. So I've got I usually prep until like 1 or 2 in the morning because I'm so behind. Anyway, that's my stuff. Okay, that's my other class. I've got multiple classes. So that's why I'm up late because I'm prepping both classes. I prep all my lectures. Okay. What am I pulling up? This. Okay, so my update. Okay, so the updates, what we do is we're going to prep our update. I didn't accidentally share the graph, did I? Oh, good Lord. No, I didn't. Okay. Yeah, they're counting votes. Yeah, that's right. I should. I really need to work smarter, not harder, and start putting my students to work. Really, oh Lord. I did take the distilled prototype in yesterday, and show it to them. Actually, Richard, you'll be happy to hear this. I took Ringo and Class of '89 in and showed them those as well as this, because we're just starting to prototype, and show them like varying stages, which was fun because that was fun. All right. Anyway, okay, so I think we're good here. So yeah, we've got this. We're going to send it out. So I'm going to send this out right now to all of you if you're a backer, and then you'll get this, and then you'll go forth and vote. So I'm going to publish it. I think this is right. Yeah, I hope so. Actually, wait a minute. I better check this one more time. All right. So if I do it right, it should. Let's just make sure. Good. It does this. I'm just testing it. Good. It has those. So it has the 15 there, and it's in a random order. So as you'll see, now it's not alphabetical. It should spit them all out to you in a different random order as well, each time. So hopefully when you get it, restaurant isn't first, ghost isn't second, cat isn't last, all that stuff. It should be different for each of you. All right, so let's do this. Let's send it out. Is this the right one? Yes. Let's send it out. Publish now. And check the dates. Oh, crap. Oh, no. Did I do it wrong? Oh, no. Don't tell me that, Rich. Oh, no. It's too late. Oh, God. I just saw your comment. I hope I had it right. It's too late now. Well, I can see now I can. Let's see. Monday, October 6th. He's saying that because I did the dates wrong last time. Yeah. So you have until Monday, October 6th. So that's this Monday to put your votes in. So be sure to vote, and be sure to campaign, right? Get in the comments and start campaigning for your favorites. You've got 15 to choose from. You can only vote for 5. The top 5 are good. And we're going to publish that. It's going to be all honest, right? So we're not going to, fudge it at all. It's going to be straightforward and honest. We're going to take that data and we're going to put it all forward and show you who it is. So make sure you vote, make sure you campaign for it as well. I can get rid of this now. And so make sure you do that, and get in the comments and tell people this is the one you should do. This is the one you should vote for. Vote. Go from there. No, I'm not going to, I see that one. I'm not posting that one. I see who just posted that. No. And if there's certain people I know they're campaigning for certain things, I'm going to ban you. I'm going to ban you. It's not good. Just don't even try. Anyway, but if there's does anyone else have any other questions? Oh, here, this is cool. Ben, keep Minneapolis Convergence Convention in mind for future game release testing promotion. 4th of July weekend. Yeah, that's right. Found something new to back on Kickstarter this year. Awesome. Yeah, Ben, that'd be awesome. I didn't know Convergence actually had much. I know they had people playing games, but I didn't know there was much of a gaming kind of culture. So that's pretty awesome. So yeah, go for it. For sure. That's awesome. And I'll have to keep that in mind, because that actually might be, we're going to be doing a Kickstarter, some sort of crowdfunding next year, for our next game. So it'll be sometime in the summer. So that will be good to keep in touch with you, Ben, and figure that out. So that's good. And yes, remember you have 5 votes. So if you're voting, remember you have 5 votes when you do it. And yeah, I probably should. That would have been smart, Silverfear. I should have probably done a write-in. That would have been amazing. A write-in campaign that takes over. World's largest bomb. So Miss McGann's already voted. Ghost. And remember, you cannot stuff the box. We can see that. We will eject you. Do not try. I'm not saying that. I didn't mean that because of you, Miss McGann. I mean, I'm not trying to say that. Don't get mad at me. I'm just saying that for people to keep that in mind. Any other questions at all about anything regarding the campaign, anything else, I'm happy to answer them. I'll stick around for just a few more minutes, if not, and happy to answer any questions anyone has. Otherwise, I want to again thank everybody for all your support with everything with the campaign. It's so exciting, so fun to see all of you engaged. Happy to see you coming out here also to see your engagement too. Oh, G Money, are there any new recipe cards? No, there's not. Good question, G Money. There's not any new recipe cards. Mainly because we don't have any new spirits in this new game. But I do want to point out something for you, G Money, just in case. It's kind of like a hidden little thing that I don't. I find not everybody knows about. So I've gone to our website and I gone to resources. You might know about this already, G Money. But if you go to experiences under resources, experiences, we did this after our first campaign. We created Distilled Creative Spirit. This is actually with the help of Seth Berry, who scripts our TTS mods. And it's a custom flight generator. And basically what you can do is you can drag the different spirits over to create your own flight. Okay, that's cool. Nice. But then what's most important is that you can actually create your own recipe. So what you can do is, and it's kind of hard to see, but basically it's up here. You create custom flight generator, and you can actually create your brand new very own recipe. So you can call it, I don't know, G Money's sauce. And you can upload an image. You can then say, oh, this thing's got one grain and one fruit. It's actually in a clay or wood barrel. It's from Asian Oceania. We automatically then attribute the cost or what it would be, right? Like what level or tier it would be. And allows you then, once you do that, once you've kind of saved that, save new recipe, it's saved. Then when you go over, G Money sauce is in here, and you can create your own custom flight. It'll also print out its own label and its own recipe flight as well. So if you're interested at all in that idea, you can do that as well. So it's our way of allowing the fans to kind of create their own custom fun recipes too. So that's one thing I would kind of encourage you to think about and explore. It's a lot of fun. People do this for their friends. If their friends maybe like the idea of being able to give it as a gift, right? So I might, I've got a friend. Oh, and yeah, sorry, I didn't even show you. You can enable Africa and Middle East, so you could have those down here as well. Maybe they have a friend who really likes a certain spirit that's not in here, like Uzo almost made it in, but we didn't end up including it. That could be one, right? So that's the idea, that you can kind of craft your own, put an image in behind it, and really, try as best as you can to create something that feels almost like it belongs in the game. If you spend enough time in that. So that's something that I would recommend you consider doing if you're interested. So great question, G Money. Again, that's at under resources and experiences. Let's see. Any other questions before I bid adieu? And good question, Miss McGann. Do people? I don't know. Not too many. It's a good question. They should, because technically it's just a print and play. It's basically you could export it for printing, and then everybody could do it. So yeah, I mean, you could. That'd be a fun thing to do. I should say this is also kind of how I had when the person won on BGA, and we have a custom spirit that they created there, and Eric created Applejack for them on BGA. It's a new spirit you can make on BGA only. That's how I had them do it. I said, make it on here, and then Eric will design the label. So that's how that's on BGA. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so that's it. I think that's what I got, folks. Again, thank you everybody for tuning in. Go out and vote. Very excited to see uh, what we end up with these 5 maybe full art, really beautiful drawings by Eric that are going to have feature those 5 prestigious distillery upgrades that you're going to have in the game, and be sure you comment and excite people about which ones they should maybe vote for. You could campaign for one or multiple ones in the comments. Make sure you comment in the main Kickstarter comments. People probably won't see them if you comment in the updates. I mean, they might, but probably in the main comments is probably what we're going to do. And remember, the only people that can vote are you as the backers. And so please don't share that link or anything like that. But be sure to comment and share those for sure. Share your ideas for sure in the comments. There's nothing wrong with that. So, all right, cool. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Libby. I couldn't have done any of this without people like Richard and Libby and Kevin out there. All the people that are helping this. Miss McGann too, with Luthier and Essen coming up. There's just so many people that have been lifting the big ship that's Paverson. So really excited to finish strong tomorrow morning. Eric's done an amazing job with just the visuals for distilled cocktails. It's just and Terrence. The list goes on and on. I can't possibly name everybody. Blake, hopefully you got to see some of those awesome live cocktail hours with Blake. If you haven't, go back and see some of those. Some of the playthroughs we've done with all the folks that joined us for the playthroughs have been so fun too. So thank you to everybody for joining in, and I can't wait for you all to get cocktails on your table. Hopefully not too far away next year. Easily by this time next year, you'll have it, barring any crazy world events, knock on wood. Because again, as you've seen everywhere, we're pretty much finished, and now we just need to kind of prepare that for printing. And we're really excited next year to have you all enjoying it with us. So thanks again, everybody, for joining me. Go out and vote, do your thing, and I'll see you very soon. Maybe some of you at Essen, don't be shy. Come on by and say hi. Oh, I didn't mean that to rhyme. And see you next time live online, if not some other time. So thanks a lot. Bye-bye.